Have you ever felt like something invisible is shaping your life, beyond your thoughts, beyond your actions? As if there's a hidden current beneath everything you do, subtly pulling you into the same lessons, the same mistakes, the same emotional echoes? What if I told you, there is? And it's not chaos, it's not random, it's a law, an ancient Hermetic principle so foundational that the universe itself is structured around it, yet almost no one knows its name. You've probably heard of the law of attraction, maybe even the law of vibration, but there's a deeper, older principle, one that governs how all others function. A key that was once taught in mystery schools, encrypted in sacred texts, and whispered among those who understood the architecture of reality. This principle is the reason why the same problems keep showing up in different disguises, why you meet different people with the same energy, why your outer world always seems to mirror something hidden inside. Because this law doesn't just influence your life, it creates it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what this forgotten Hermetic principle is, why it's been buried for so long, and how understanding it will radically shift your experience of reality. But let me warn you, this is not surface-level information. This is ancient truth. This is energetic law. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if you're ready to step beyond the illusion, to stop reacting and start remembering, stay with me. Because once you unlock this principle, you'll stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start realizing, it's happening through me. Most people live their lives thinking they are at the mercy of external events, relationships, careers, random luck. But what if I told you that your external life is not the cause, but the effect? That every challenge, every person you attract, every moment of success or setback is a reflection, not a coincidence. The Hermetic principle we're talking about is the principle of correspondence. You've heard it in ancient phrases like, as above, so below, as within, so without. But this isn't just poetic wisdom, it's literal. This principle states that everything in your outer world mirrors what's going on in your inner world, your beliefs, your emotional patterns, your energetic state. If you hold fear, life gives you reasons to be afraid. If you believe you're unworthy, the world reflects that belief right back at you, in relationships, opportunities, even your own health. But here's where it gets even deeper. It's not just your conscious thoughts that shape reality. It's your subconscious imprints, your energetic memories, the silent agreements you've made with yourself and the universe. This is where the forgotten power lies. You were never taught to look inward first. You were taught to chase results, to fix problems out there. And yet, the moment you shift the pattern within, your world begins to recalibrate itself like clockwork. That's not magic. That's mechanics, spiritual mechanics. And if you've ever wondered why manifestation feels like it works sometimes, but fails other times, this is why. You were using tools without knowing the framework. You were trying to paint a masterpiece without cleaning the canvas. Once you truly grasp this law, you'll stop fighting shadows and start illuminating the source. Because transformation doesn't start with what you do, it starts with who you are. Now here's where it gets truly powerful. When you begin to work with the principle of correspondence consciously, not just as an idea, but as a daily inner practice, you unlock a level of self-awareness that changes the texture of your life. You start to notice how your thoughts literally echo in your environment, how people treat you differently when you shift your internal state, how opportunities, synchronicities, and clarity begin to align, not because the world changed, but because you did. But let's take it deeper. Most people unknowingly broadcast unresolved energy, traumas, beliefs, doubts. These invisible frequencies become the blueprint of their external life. That's why someone can switch jobs, cities, even relationships, and still feel the same emptiness, the same blocks. Because they're changing the mirror, not the face. You see, the principle of correspondence forces you to take radical responsibility for your inner landscape. It doesn't mean everything is your fault, but it does mean everything is your feedback. This is why the ancients treated this principle as sacred, because once you master the mirror, you master the message. You begin to use every experience, especially the painful ones, as portals to deeper alignment. Now imagine this. What if your current challenges weren't barriers, but reflections showing you exactly what's asking to be healed, reclaimed, or released? What if that toxic relationship, that financial struggle, that emotional trigger isn't a punishment, but a signal? And what if, by changing what you vibrate, you could change what you attract? That's not just motivation. That's quantum reality meeting Hermetic wisdom. And you're not just here to understand it, you're here to embody it. So here we are, at the edge of the mirror. You've seen now what most people never dare to question, that the world you wake up to each morning isn't some objective reality. It's a projection, a manifestation of your most repeated thoughts, unprocessed emotions, and buried energetic patterns. The Hermetic Principle of Correspondence isn't just ancient wisdom. It's the key to the trap you didn't know you were inside. But here's what's even more important. This key only works if you pick it up. You don't change your life by wishing harder. You change your life by becoming brutally honest about what's really going on inside. Because what's outside is just a report card from your soul. It's your consciousness made visible. So ask yourself right now, what patterns have been repeating? What emotional loops keep dragging you back to the same stuck places? What kind of energy are you unconsciously radiating into your relationships, your finances, your health? And more importantly, are you ready to stop blaming the mirror and finally clean the reflection? Because when you do, that's when the real shift begins. You don't need to fix your world, you need to see it. Not with fear, not with judgment, but with the fierce compassion of someone waking up to their own power. That person? It's you. Start with awareness. Sit with the feelings that chase you. Track the emotions that hijack your peace. Journal. Meditate. Reflect. Speak to your soul like it's been waiting to be heard, because it has. The moment you own your vibration, you reclaim your creation. And here's the secret they never told you. You were never broken. You were simply out of alignment with your true frequency. But now, with this forgotten Hermetic key in your hands, you can tune your life to a new station, one that reflects clarity, purpose, and deep inner freedom. If this message stirred something inside you, honor it. Let it guide you to the next level of your evolution. Share this with someone who needs the reminder. Comment what you're ready to release. And if this kind of truth resonates with your soul, subscribe. Because the next video, it's not just information, it's a mirror you won't forget.